Hey guys, SnowShovel here, and today I'm going to go over Black Squad with you guys. We're in early access at the moment, and a lot of the changes that I asked for in the closed beta are now in the game. For example, the weapon tagging has been removed. Weapon tagging is where you get shot and your character can't run as fast for some reason. And they also removed aim punch as well, so when you get shot, your crosshair doesn't move, which is excellent. With that being said, because they removed the weapon tagging system, the game is in this kind of like weird, unstable state where it was made to have it in place because the movement in this game is very responsive and jerky. And without the weapon tagging system in place now, the characters just, they move around. They're very erratic and they dance around and stuff. And because of that, the gameplay is very random. So I'm going to go over a couple improvements that I think should be implemented in the game. The first one being the movement. So, like I said, the movement's very jerky. You can AD spam like crazy, and people just, it's really hard to hit people. It's very hard to predict their movement because they can just AD spam. Crouching as well. You can spam crouch and make your character do all sorts of weird, just funny animations. It just looks really silly when you're in a gunfight with someone and they're doing dance moves against you, and it looks very childish. So what I'm asking for is add a delay or add more of a length of acceleration between stop and go, so it takes longer for me to get to full speed. That would definitely reduce this whole jerky AD system, and add the same to the crouch. So make it kind of like Counter-Strike, where the crouching, if you spam it, it makes it super slow. Just kind of reduce the crouch. Just reduce the crouch animation spam along with AD spam, because I think that would help with the gunfights a lot. Because right now it's just people running around dancing and doing weird. They're focusing less on shooting their gun and they're focusing more on being hard to hit. And I don't think that's what Black Squad should be about. So that's the first thing that I'd like to see changed, is the movement. Second is the guns themselves are way too accurate. SMGs, shotguns, rifles, in general, the weapons are just way too accurate, especially when you're moving around. For example, I'm using this, it's called like the carbon or something. You can literally hold down left click and go around a corner, and you don't have to think because you can just shoot. Watch this. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just holding left click and I'm going around a corner. And that's kind of what a lot of the guns are like in this game right now. A lot of the low recoil weapons it's just hold left click. There's no finesse, there's no depth to the guns. They're all just run and gun, hold left click, and hope for the best. And then you see someone and then you start dancing around, you do your AD, and you just spray. That's all this game is right now. It's just a spray fest. And it could be so much more than that. And all they have to do is reduce the accuracy on move shot. Make it so that spraying isn't the go-to thing in the game. Like, make it so that people actually have to focus on aiming instead of spraying. Because no one's burst firing, no one is tap shooting, no one is crouch shooting, no one's walk shooting. Like, you could add so much more depth to the gunfights, but right now it's very binary. It's very there's just one system that works, and that's hold left click and dance around. And that needs to be fixed. So the move shot needs to be nerfed so that all the guns are inaccurate. They should be like this inaccurate when you're moving around. At least this inaccurate, if not more than this when you're moving and shooting. And right now it's like this. You can just move and shoot. So, like I said, all guns should have that reduced. The spray just needs to be the spread needs to be much wider when you're moving. I think when you're crouching, this is fine. I think when you're walking, it could be slightly bigger with a little bit more recoil, and then when you're moving, it should be max recoil, max spread. That way, you're promoting people actually stopping to shoot. I think that's one of the biggest problems with the game right now, actually. It's just the run and gun is insane at the moment. The next thing is this animation system. Let me spawn a bot real quick. So we've got this bot here. When you get shot in Black Squad, your character does this flinching thing. and I guess it's for feedback for the player so that you know you hit them. But in general, if you're trying to aim for their head, for example, let's get a fresh spot. When you try to like shoot someone and you're trying to aim for their head, but you hit them in the arm, they flinch and it throws off your next shot because you don't know if you're supposed to aim here, over here. Like it's really silly, and I don't think flinching should be in the game. It looks dumb as well. Like the character it's just like, I'm getting hit. Like, just remove that from the game. It's very childish. I'm saying that a lot because a lot of the stuff in this game could just... It's hard to take a game seriously when you've got characters flinching like this. Like, why is his head going... It's stupid. So, just remove that in general. The next thing that I'd like to see tweaked is the TDM right now. The TDM in the game is... Team Deathmatch is pretty awful. The first thing that I would do is I would tone down the amount of nades, smokes, and flashes. In fact, just remove flashes in general from the TDM. It's just not necessary. Like, when I play TDM, I'm not trying to nade spam. I'm not trying to throw smokes. I'm not trying to be tactical. I'm trying to focus on my aim. I'm trying to focus on, like, learning a new gun or, like, you know, just dialing in my skills as a player in terms of gunfights. I'm not trying to practice smoke grenades. I'm not trying to practice tactics. Like, why is that? Just at least give me the option to remove that. It's dumb. So, the other thing is, I feel like you should have a lot more ammo in TDM. You go through ammo so quick in TDM. Like, if I'm not being rewarded when I get a 10 kill streak, like, I have to go pick up someone's gun because I run out of ammo or something. Like, I shouldn't have to worry about ammo when I'm playing TDM. And with that said, guns like the Deagle, you only get like 25 shots with this thing and you're done. Like, what if you want to just play Deagle the whole time and you run out of ammo? Like, why should I run out of ammo in a TDM? Like, why is ammo a concept in a game mode where it's supposed to be about getting as most kills as possible? Like, you're not trying to be tactical. In demo, I can understand that, but in TDM, just let me shoot my guns. The last thing is the recoil system in the game. So I'll switch over to a high recoil gun because I think you can see it a little bit better. There's this weird recoil like magnetism where the further away it goes from center, the more it like shoots back to center, and it just makes the recoil in the game very jerky. I'll show you real quick. So if you slow tap, you don't notice it as much. In fact, you can be pretty damn accurate just tapping about this fast. Especially with this gun. Now, if you stack the recoil, it goes back to center, like, in less than a second. It's like half a second. It's very quick. And this might not seem like a problem, but when you're trying to burst fire, like, you're fighting the gun at that point when you're trying to burst fire. And I don't think, I'm kind of nitpicking, but I don't think that's a really good system to put into the game. Because all that's doing is it's promoting full auto. And why? It's because you can just full auto. You don't have to worry about... This is a bad gun to choose it on. We'll use the carbon. You can just full auto, and you don't have to worry about that recovery anymore. You don't have to worry about this, because you can just full auto and worry about it later after you're done spamming 35 bullets. If you burst, you then have to focus on this recovery system. Which, on this gun, the decay on recoil is actually a lot slower. Maybe this is a bad example. Like, it just... I'll show you... This is a good example. So, the KSG. Probably a bad gun to use because this gun's very overpowered at the moment, but I'll show you for the sake of the stacked recoil system. So, when you shoot, it goes back to center pretty quick. If you stack it, it starts going higher, and then it just, like... You're fighting the recoil. It's weird. It's such a weird system, and you'll notice it on a lot of the rifles, that happening. So, like I said, it just promotes full spray. It doesn't promote burst firing. It doesn't promote tapping. It just, it's just really weird. And maybe that's just an aspect of Black Squad that I need to get over, but it could just be improved. Make it so that it just kind of slow decays for all the guns, instead of making it like, oh, I'm controlling recoil. Like, what is that? So, Anyway, those are the 5 big things that I think could be improved with Black Squad. I think this game's going in the right direction. I'm really glad the devs are listening to the player base in terms of improving the game. But because of some of the stuff that they've taken out due to it, the game is in this kind of unpolished state where it's just a run and gun simulator and everyone's using the KSG and everyone's just running and spraying and 80 AD spamming. And I just think that this game could really be one of the best FPS games if they just tweak it a little bit and work on some of the mechanics in terms of the movement and the gunplay. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll probably upload a few more Black Squad videos, depending on the content that they push out. But if you guys like this video, go ahead and like it. And if you have a question, just leave a comment down below. I'll probably answer it. And until then, I'll see you guys next time.